to Gracie Gato podcast. Turn the sunshine for a granite sky. Yes, the LA haze, let a real kid.
Hi, welcome back to the Gracie Gato podcast. I'm Gracie Gato. Today's episode has a simple premise. There is a man who holds the most powerful position in the New Hampshire House of Representatives. He controls the floor, he controls the committees, he decides who speaks, who gets heard, and who gets punished. His name is Sherman Packard. He is the Speaker of the House. And over the last several weeks, I've been looking at the record. Not the press releases, not the op-eds, the record. What I found was a pattern so consistent, so documented, and so brazen that I had to wonder whether anyone in this state has actually been paying attention. Observe. Today, we pay attention. Let's start in 1999. New Hampshire has a child sexual abuse images law, RSA 649A. And on the surface, it sounds comprehensive, but buried inside that statute's own declaration of purpose is a quiet, critical flaw. The law's explicit protections cover children under the age of 16, not under the age of 18, under 16. That means that in 1999, legally speaking, manufacturing, possessing, and distributing explicit images of 16 and 17-year-old minors existed in a gray area under New Hampshire law. That is not my personal interpretation. That is the statute's own language. You find a gap like that in child protection law, what do? State Representative at the time, Sherman Packard of Londonderry, had an answer. He filed House Bill 508, and that bill did not close the loophole. That bill sought to explicitly legalize photographers manufacturing nude images of teenagers as long as they had parental consent. Not protect the kids, but permit access to them with a permission slip. What the actual... The bill did not pass, but it was filed. It is in the public record, and the man who filed it is now the House Speaker. Fast forward to 2025, House Bill 1633, a survivors' rights bill. It passed the House, the full House, 342-1, 340 votes against one vote. One vote against. Then it was sent to the Senate Judiciary Committee and quietly put into interim study, a procedural limbo, a legislative deep freeze, so to speak. During the hearing on that bill, a bill about people who survived abuse, whose suffering had already been minimized and silenced for years. Representative Ellen Reed used a single expletive. Speaker Packard had her removed from the chamber. Then she lost her committee assignments because of one word. One word. During a hearing about survivors, Rep. Wendy Thomas removed from committee leadership. Reason given? A bad attitude. 3 other Democratic women also reprimanded. Now, are you seeing a pattern yet? Now, let's talk about April of 2026. State Representative Travis Cochran, a Republican of Weird, New Hampshire, posted on social media that, quote, "We need a final solution for theater kids in politics." Final solution. That is not a phrase that exists in a vacuum. That is the Nazi term for the systematic extermination of Jewish people. 6 million of them, including the family members of people who are alive today, who testified at his hearing, who stood in the New Hampshire State House and said, "I no longer feel safe here." More than 50 people showed up to that hearing. One one Republican colleague stood up to support Corcoran. You know, you know what happened to Travis Corcoran? Not much. Majority Leader Jason Osborne, aka Daffy Duck, said free speech sometimes means people are offended. A slap on the wrist. Business as usual. Let me make sure you heard that correctly. Ellen Reed, one profanity in a hallway during a survivor's hearing, banished by people like Travis, invoked genocidal language publicly. Probably censured, definitely, still in his seat. That's not a mistake, that's a message. And the man with the gavel, the man who sets the tone, enforces the rules, and decides who answers for what is Sherman Packard. Women say one word. Punished. Men invoke Hitler. Protected. And in 1999, the man holding the gavel thought the answer to a gap in child protection law was to make it explicitly legal. This is not a political disagreement. This is not left versus right. This is a question about right versus wrong. This is a question about what we are willing to tolerate in the people we give power to. I want to be clear about what I'm doing here because journalism matters and precision matters. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm giving you the record. The bill number is HB 108, 1999. Public record. The statute is RSA 649A. Go read the Declaration of Purpose for yourself. The vote 340 to 1 on HB 1633. The banishment documented on video. The Corcoran hearing, the public hearing. 50 witnesses. One Republican showed up to defend him. These are the facts. These are connected by one constant, the culture of New Hampshire House under Sherman Packard's leadership. So what you do with that is up to you. But the least I can do, the least any of us can do, is say it out loud. I'm Gracie Gato, and this is the Gracie Gato podcast. And if this made you feel uncomfortable, good! Sit with it. If this made you angry, even better. Channel it. If this made you want to call your state rep, do it. The public record exists to be read. The truth exists to be told. And I'm not going anywhere. So I'll see you next time.